38 fights, 38 wins, the perfect record. Now Manchester's Ricky Hatton faces the ultimate challenge.
The better the opponent, the better I've been. It'll just go in the same pattern I feel on June the 4th.
It's the defining night as he tackles one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of modern times, the Australian-based Russian Kostya Tszyu.
You have to have a great challenge, and that's what Ricky Hattons is.
It's the one we've all been waiting for.
I'm expecting hard fight. Every time I step in the ring against anybody, it's danger.
It's the day you dream of, to become the undisputed champion, and I believe I'm going to do it.
He's engaged us with his exciting style in the ring and his vibrant personality outside. Can boxing's hitman fulfill the most demanding contract and become world champion? It's the world's boxing capital. And for an unbeaten British boxer aiming for American acclaim, it's surely the only place to be. Back in November 2001, our young star Ricky Hatton and his trainer Billy Graham rolled into Vegas.
It's a special city, isn't it? And it's one that all fighters really need to come to make their name.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's obviously Madison Square Garden and Atlantic City and that, but all your top champions in all the weight divisions in the world now, they all have to do it in Vegas. You know, it's where the glamour is.
Well, there's Caesar's Palace, Ricky. They've had some terrific battles here.
That's right, and you know, I used to watch the fights at Caesar's Palace when I was a little kid, you know, probably before when I only just started boxing. And you know, to think that I could be boxing in one of these big hotels, you know, in the very near future is it's the stuff dreams are made of. Believe me, this Las Vegas, this is where it is, isn't it?
Yet this was much more than a sightseeing holiday. Team Hatton were on a scouting mission to see Kostya Tszyu take on Zab Judah for the undisputed world light welterweight title. Despite arriving in style on fight night, Ricky still had to queue for his accreditation, even though he was eyeing a future showdown with the unified champion.
I'd like to fight the winner, you know. I think the Americans will love me, you know, and being here and getting my face about is good, and it builds up interest for a fight with the winner.
So, two ringside spectators with a vested interest for what proved a thrilling encounter, even by Vegas standards.
The right hand from Tszyu was good, and another one! Floors Judah! He's up very quickly, but his eyes are in orbit! It's over! Jane Adey stopped it! Judah immediately up and complains, but the fight finishes dramatically in the second round.
Judah's antics after the stoppage earned him a 6-month ban and a hefty fine. Ricky was not impressed.
He picked the stool up and threw it at the referee, and he grabbed him by the throat and tried to punch him. It's, you know, you just can't do them things, can you?
But even back then, tackling the big-hitting Tszyu held no fear for the Hatton camp.
We've both seen Tszyu for years, you know what I mean? He's got flaws the same as everybody else. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got a lot of strengths, but he's also got flaws.
It's quite easy to hit, you know, and with the power that I hit with, you know, yeah, why not? But obviously, that, you know, it's I think it'd be a bit gruesome viewing, you know, for as long as it lasted with us. But no, it's a fight I'd look forward to.
3 years and 7 months later, the big fight is on. Ricky Hatton has worked his way into the mandatory position to challenge Kostya Tszyu. This preparation has been long planned, ever since that starry-eyed night in Vegas.
So November 2001, Kostya Tszyu in the flesh, Billy, Ricky for the first time. What were your thoughts?
I was very impressed. I was really looking forward to the fight because Zab Judah was really the hot shot at the time, you know what I mean, and couldn't do anything wrong. And yeah, nobody knew how good Kostya Tszyu was still going to be. And yeah, it was fantastic, but I've got a great performance.
At the time of this fight, maybe it was a bit too soon for me because I was still on the learning curve. I still had, you know, other things to prove. But now I'm in a position now where I've not only have earned the right to, you know, to challenge him, but I think I'm in a position where I'll beat him now.
Were you surprised that he took Judah out in such style?
I was, yeah, but I think in the first round here, Zab Judah was looked really comfortable, was making him miss, was picking him off, and I think he got a little bit too confident. But with someone who hits like Tszyu, you've got to be focused for 3 minutes for the whole 12 rounds.
He gets hold of the middle of the ring so well, Billy, doesn't he?
He does get hold of the middle of the ring, so he likes to command the centre of the ring and he likes to push people back. But, you know, people rave about Kostya Tszyu. I think he's a fantastic fighter and don't underestimate him, but there's plenty of things to exploit. He's got weaknesses the same as everybody else, and we're going to exploit them weaknesses.
I think the key to the fight is be very, very cagey in the first 4 rounds. Keep yourself nice and safe. Don't take too many chances early on where he's at his sharpest, and then go through the gears as the fight progresses. And I 100% think I've got the tools to do it.
What a glittering occasion this weekend, and what a far cry from where it all began in Widnes back in September '97.
Professional debut, I was really nervous, but I couldn't wait to show, you know, the professional people, you know, what I have.
You had to wait a long time that night, didn't you?
It was a bit of a bad night because I think Robin Reid got took to hospital. I think he had slight dehydration, so obviously my fight couldn't commence until the paramedics come back to ringside. So I was actually in the ring 20 minutes before the bell actually went for the first round. I eventually got on about 11:30 at night, so to put the performance in, I did. It was a first round knockout against Kid McCauley. I was over the moon, you know, bearing in mind the circumstances I was put in.
Then a dream trip to Madison Square Garden on the undercard of Naseem Hamad's showdown with Kevin Kelly.
Fantastic atmosphere, you know. Nazi's fight was a fantastic fight, and for me to be on that type of show and that venue where all the old greats have boxed there, you know, as an 18-year-old, I couldn't believe it was happening to me. And, you know, the performance, you know, to match as well, it was just, it was a day that will stay with me, you know, for the rest of my life.
Ricky then carved through the domestic scene.
We're going to see and hear, I'm sure, a great deal more of this youngster. The Hitman does it again, the new Hitman. Oh, wicked body shots, mixing up head and body. This is really impressive from Hatton. Doesn't he look the business? I think we really have got somebody who can break through right to the very top level.
In May '99, a step up to challenge for his first title against Dylan Carew.
The first international title, yeah, I think Dylan Carew boxed in the Barcelona Olympics, you know, and at the time I think I'd had about 13 contests, something like that, so it was quite a major step up for me.
Well, so far it's a nice, patient job from Hatton against an awkward opponent.
It was a jab that started all that, and he has to take a count here now. He sort of walked into a very stiff jab. I think that he just turned at the last minute. I think the end might be close here. He doesn't want any more. It's going to be stopped. It's over. And Ricky Hatton picks up his first international title, an intercontinental belt, and does the job impressively again.
We knew then that we had a special boxing talent on our hands, but Ricky's fighting skills were apparent even as a schoolboy in Hyde on the outskirts of Manchester. His mum and dad will never forget one end-of-term report.
The teacher turned around and said, "Oh, he never causes trouble, he's a lovely kid." He said, "But if ever he hears of a fight anywhere, he runs and joins in."
At first, Ricky combined his skills with fist and foot as a kickboxer, despite embarrassments against younger brother Matthew.
First time I laced a pair of gloves on was when I was kickboxing. I think I was about 8 or 9 years old. Seems a good while away, that. But,
Any good?
I wasn't good at the kicking side of the game. I've always been a little short and stocky, so obviously you can imagine, you know, I wasn't much of a kicker, but I had a fair talent with my fists.
At 11, he arrived at the local boxing club in Hyde, where he made a big impact.
I said, put these gloves on and go and have a little game on that bag there. So go and punch that bag. And he said, right. And away he went. And I went on them stairs to sort of edge. And I heard thud, thud, thud. And I thought, what's that? Looked over the balcony and there he is, buckle up in his bag. I said, Jesus, he can hit.
Ricky's exciting all-action style was quickly evident. He became a popular fighter to watch and be around, soon making lifelong boxing friends.
I'm called Bellos, this is Rickos.
And that's Finos.
Finos.
And together, we are the Three Amigos.
But Ricky stood out from his junior club mates, and keeping him away from the gym was no easy task. Even his parents' pub soon became a boxing base.
I used to train like 5 times a week, even when I was a schoolboy, like I say, twice at my amateur gym. And then I used to have a good friend of mine used to come Monday and Friday and you know, give me extra tuition downstairs. It's a bit unusual, you know, training in the cellar of the pub, but I had some very happy times.
So it's down here?
Certainly is, yeah. It's watch your head as you're coming down there. It's a good few years since I've been down here. This is where I used to have my gym. It's only small, as you can see, but I tell you what, I had a belting gym here. I had a speedball which used to hang down here, and in fact you can still see the holes where they were drilled, where they had the speedball. As you can imagine, it's only a small.
It's a short one, yeah.
Yeah. So it was very, 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 very quick. The vault is up above here, where they used to play darts, and they're all warming up for darts, and they can hear bang, bang, bang. You know, me on the speedball, and they all used to come down and watch me. It was fantastic. It's the first time I've been down in years. It brings back some happy memories, I can tell you.
Ricky moved to nearby Sale West to complete his amateur education under coach Paul Dunn. In a successful 5-year spell at the club, he won plenty of trophies and 9 national titles, culminating in the ABA light welterweight crown. Then came the professional offers. Ricky and his father chose trainer Billy Graham and promoter Frank Warren.
I think you always feel that somebody's going to, you know, when you sign a young guy and you got a bit of a feeling about them, you feel to yourself, you know, hang on, he's going to be something special. But he's turned out to be a bit more special than I thought. I've got to be honest about that.
Billy said, well, I'd like to train him when he turns pro. I said, well, what do you mean by train him? I said, he's already trained. I said, just keep him fit and he'll win your world titles. And that's what went from there.
But first things first, a shot at the British belt against John Thaxton, and Ricky certainly proved his fitness and heart.
The 22-year-old star in the blue, silver and black up against Norwich's John Thaxton in the black and gold shorts. Hatton with the skills, Thaxton the unorthodox fighter with the big hooks.
Yeah, but you have to remember, Hatton, one of the biggest talents in the game today, but he's only learned so much. He's still, yeah, do I see blood already? He is cut already.
He's cut on that left eye. He's been done 3 times before, damage on that left eye, and that is opened within the first 15 seconds of the contest.
Terrible cut, terrible time, first round and already it's pumping blood.
Good right hand from Ricky Hatton. Starting to get through Thaxton's guard. He's going for the left hand right hook to the head.
A beautiful punch, beautiful punch.
Beautiful work from Ricky Hatton. When he ups the tempo like this, he looks outstanding.
Thaxton's taking these punches well because these are full-blooded shots bang on the chin. Full credit to both guys. This is the fight we expected. to Adam. The pressure he's under, the worries with the eye, and the way he's boxing tonight. Hatton just lifted the pace again in this round. A little steady round, then he comes back with this.
He's fighting on instinct. Uppercut from Ricky Hattons, and Paul Thomas looks on very closely. Thaxton's got nothing left now. Right uppercut again. Right hand from Hatton. Thaxton wobbles. He nearly went down there. A huge right hook from Ricky Hatton.
What is keeping this man up? He has nothing left.
Such a tremendous battle, but Ricky Hatton is the new British light welterweight champion. He came of age tonight.
It showed that I've got the bottle, you know, to come through something like that. I mean, how many fighters get caught in the first 15 seconds and then can go the whole 12 rounds and barely lose a round, you know? So I think that showed a lot about what Ricky Hattons got in there.
The city of Manchester has really started to flourish again in recent years, and no area has seen more rapid development than in boxing. Fighters like Robin Reed, Michael Jennings, David Barnes, Thomas McDonough, Stephen Foster Jr. and Ricky's brother Matthew, all following the Hatton battle cry.
Oh, it's fantastic, you know. It is the capital of boxing. I mean, if you want to come anywhere, you've got to come to Manchester for it.
I think you've seen Manchester now absolutely boom because these kids have been inspired by what Ricky's done, and they'll go from strength to strength. They've got the confidence that Ricky's given them.
It's like the football teams, there's always a bit of banter between them all, but it's Manchester, and that's where we're all here to stick together for each other, you know what I mean, as fighters and as supporters.
HITMAN! It's a Manchester! HITMAN! It's a Manchester!
He's a big hit with the Manchester crowd because every time he fights, like, you know, the place is rammed, you know, and it's good, you know, Manchester's a buzz at the minute.
Ricky often goes back to his roots. He drops by the Sale West Club to help find the next Ricky Hatton.
He did 6, Tony, he's cheating. Watch him, lazy.
They just love having him around.
We have him at shows, and the OIC came to me in the last show and said, can you shift Ricky Hatton? Because he was sat at the ringside, obviously, and I said, well, what's the matter, Bill? He said, we want to get on with the boxing. He said, there's 200 kids lined up there for autographs.
Ricky's always giving up his time for others. He even plays on the pub darts team. No airs and graces, just a good guy.
I still have the same mates that I had when I was 11, 12 years old, and they're still the same mates now. You know, I'm just, you know, down to earth, and they just treat me, you know, to me.
They still take the mickey,
yeah,
I've seen them.
Of course, they still take the mickey. You know, to them, I'm Ricky. I'm not Ricky, the boxer or the world champion or whatever. I'm just Ricky. You know?
His spare time's always spent with the same group. He's really happy being one of the lads. But he has one special friend, James Bowers, whose support was crucial when he fought for the WBU title.
Ricky the best, better than all the rest, mate.
Vacant championship here, big night for Ricky the Hitman Hatton. He's looked the business so far in his career. He's looked special, to be quite honest with you. But Pep could be dangerous. He's very awkward, and look how much taller he is. He'll have a speed advantage too. Most of his career spent at super featherweight. It's his 5th fight in Britain. Hatton, who's finished off a lot of opponents inside the first 4 rounds. Good body shots. This is what Hatton is about. And of course, Pep will not have felt this kind of power too often in with a big light welterweight hitter.
Strong, fast and hungry.
There's a little bit of bruising developing under the left eye of Pep. Nothing much, and now there's a cut by the right eye for Hatton. It's not the left eye, which was the problem that needed the plastic surgery after the John Thaxton fight. It's a cut by the side of the right eye. Here we go again. It's happened so often with him. I think he's going to have to live with it.
Hooks into the left jab. That is getting bad. That cut by the right eye, it's getting suddenly bad. And there's a long way to go in the fight too.
Yes, it looks in a bad place as well. It's right in the eyebrow. That will interfere with vision.
Well, can he stop Pep before the cut stops him? It's already come down to that. It looks a bit angry. This is how we think it happened there.
Yes, so his blood came immediately as he just come out of that bit of a clinch.
Pep still looks quite fresh for 36. He's only lost one of his last 12 fights, and that was against Floyd Mayweather, and he lasted the distance against that excellent champion. Now that punch just seemed to get him a bit disorganized, didn't it? It was just a jab from Hatton.
Yes, it did. There's a couple of good punches gone in from Hatton.
Looking to step it up now, Hatton. Senses he might have Pep in a bit of trouble. Hatton looking to drive these body punches in underneath, or round the side anyway, of those elbows which are hugging the ribs. Pep feeling these. He's broken him up, he's put him on the floor. He's put him on the floor. And he's going to have to take a mandatory 8 count. Hatton with a breakthrough. And he keeps on going to the body, picks him up to the head. Looking good here, Hatton. Now the body shot, Pep down again. Here in the 3rd round, down twice in the round. There's no 3 knockdown rule. 13 seconds only left though in the round.
And that's a big breakthrough for Hatton, getting through there, just round the elbow. And delayed action. Obviously when he went to get a breath, he couldn't breathe and he had to go down.
Best body puncher we've had maybe since Barry McGuigan.
Yeah, very similar sort of style. You know, leans, gets the full weight into his shot, really looks for those body punches, and that was a good one.
He's looking the business here. Again, these rib-crunching shots. It hurts from here. Every punch like a kick from a mule. There's another of those left hooks to the body. He found a great right uppercut of his own, Pep. Just a reminder to Hatton. There's another right to the body. 2 of them down again for the 3rd time, Pep. Breathing heavily, looks up at the referee. Not sure he wants too much more of this, you know. Half a minute left in the round. Counts it. No, he doesn't want it. He stays down, and Ricky Hatton does it in round 4. Graduation night. The Hitman hits the big time. An embrace for Billy Graham, the preacher, his trainer, who's been with him all the way. It's a great win for Hatton. It really is. Who can live with that body punching?
Well, that was the punch, the right hand. So good with a left hook to the body, changes it to the right hand side, and that takes everything out of Pep.
He just didn't want any more of it. He was sickened by it.
He was all through the round. Hatton was doing him over, was really doing a job on him. Body shots, head shots, uppercuts, you know, great variety from Hatton. And you know, finally it was just too much, and he didn't want any more of it. You know, you can't blame him.
Where's little James?
And the new WBU light welterweight champion of the world, Ricky Hattons.
And wonderful that you shared the night with James Bowers there behind you.
Yeah, he's a fantastic little lad. You know, he's an inspiration to us all. You know, he's got a few problems to cope with. You know, and he says I'm his hero and I'm his inspiration. Well, a young lad like that, he's everyone's inspiration.
James moved Ricky's heart the moment he met him. The seriously ill youngster from Manchester has become an ever-present at ringside.
You heard my voice, didn't you?
Heard your voice all night, pal.
Yeah.
It's always the same, innit?
Yeah.
#1 fan, eh?
But Ricky's greatest support has come from Dad Ray, who takes time out from his carpet business, and Mum Carol, who's always helping out. But both get the pre-fight jitters.
We lie awake, and he's snoring his head off. He's snoring his head off in his room. and sometimes I feel like getting up and shaking him and saying, if we're not sleeping, you're not sleeping, because the reason we're not sleeping is because of you.
They're regulars at ringside, although Carol gets extremely nervous and Ray can't even speak. The relief of victory is followed by a real family celebration in the pub they used to run. Even grandmas Kathleen and Dorothy take part. But younger brother Matthew is the closest of all. They are best friends and box side by side, fighting each other's corner and even working together in the ring.
I look up to Richard and I'm so proud of him, really. I can't really put it into words, so no, there's no jealousy there.
You've always been close since you were kids?
That's it. We've, you know, we've always played together since we were small, and now we're older, we go out together and socialise together. You know, we're very close, and, you know, when Ricky fights, I'm as nervous for him as he is for me.
The newest addition to the Hatton household is Ricky's 4-year-old son, Campbell, who's learning the ropes already. His dad simply adores him. The Hattons are such a tight-knit family, and Ricky has lived at home for 26 years, until now. Finally, he's packed his bags and flown the nest. The only thing is, he's moved to the very next street.
Hi, Adam.
Ricky.
Come in, mate.
How
Let me show you
doing?
around.
Thanks. So the first house, you're finally out.
It certainly is. I never thought I'd move out. I thought I was going to be with my mum and dad for life, but finally got round to doing it and really enjoying it, to be honest, yeah.
And is this the dream home?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's my first home, you know, and I think when I first laced the gloves on at 10, you know, I didn't think, you know, I'd get a home, you know, like this. So, you know, very, very pleased. It makes it all worthwhile in the end. This is the dining room, Adam. I'll be honest, this table hasn't had much use since I've been in. But these, you know, I collect a lot of memorabilia, not only me boxing memorabilia, but you know, film stars really. And the kitchen.
Your favourite room?
I think the only thing I make in this kitchen is a cup of tea. The cooker and the dishwasher is just brand spanking new.
Never been
It's just
used.
not been touched. The microwave's had a bit of an hammering. Yeah, up the stairs. Still the pictures continue. All the way up the stairs.
Hundreds of them.
Oh, yeah, and got a couple of spare rooms. And this is my bedroom. Got my little bathroom there. And
sweet.
yeah, and this is my bedroom.
Very nice.
Like I say, I've got my television in me, in my wardrobe. We'll just come through the house now to my favourite room. This is my favourite room of the house. You know, so this is like me pride and joy.
Ricky loves sporting competition and also has a huge collection of unique memorabilia.
I told you I didn't have to get up.
Home is most definitely where Ricky's heart is. The journey to his parents takes all of 57 seconds, where he still gets his home-cooked meals whenever he needs them.
You go, baby bit.
Tuck it in, John, babe.
I'm moving back in.
Just go down. There's a little step.
There's no question where his boxing home is. Manchester's MEN Arena is literally packed to the rafters for a Hatton fight, and he thrills the fans by always giving them a night to remember.
Oh, look at that shot. It went right to the soles of the boot of Bailey. Oh, and a lovely body shot. And he goes down under the onslaught, rolls over in theatrical fashion. Oh, and a big right hand. Nicky Van, the referee, taking a closer look. He stopped it in the 9th round. Never been stopped and never been on the floor, Aldo Rios. He's on the floor now, all right, from a left hook. The onslaught continues. A real rib cruncher. Now the left hook and down he goes. And the referee does not bother to count. Hatton does it again. Still unbeaten, still champion, still going places.
His first real move up in class came when he took on the hardened and talented Irish southpaw Eamon McGee. After much hype, needle and an expectant crowd, there was drama from the opening bell.
Now then, can McGee cope with Hatton's ferocious body punching? Few others have. Can Hatton cope with McGee's precise counter-punching? How gung-ho will he be about it? Plenty of words swapped over the last couple of years between these two. Though not too many this week. They've had good respect for each other. Both have prepared precisely and fanatically. Tempo might be a big thing in this fight as well. Hatton is a fast-paced fighter. Sometimes McGee has liked to take breaks. McGee does have a very good win, albeit a contentious one, over Shea Neary. Hatton tries to cut him. He's caught by the counter, McGee! Oh, there was the danger! And he's down for the first time in his pro career. What drama within the opening minute! That's the danger. That's the danger for McGee.
Leaves himself open, trying to go for the left hook to the body, and then a sharp counter with that right hand puts him down for the first time in his professional career. He's pretty close in there. Got to be careful when he's in there for cuts. That could be a problem. Another good right hand.
Oh, and a right too, and he looked a bit wobbled. Hatton on the inside there. Looks a bit wobbly. Left uppercut, and Hatton disorganised. And he's good at picking the shots. McGee, Hatton's in trouble and needs to hold on. In a daze here. Anxious looks on the faces of his parents at ringside. One of the big crises in Hatton's career, maybe the biggest. I think McGee had him in a real daze for a few seconds there.
Yep, he definitely did, with a big right hand. Took a lot out of Hatton. His head's clearing. Good left hook from Hatton.
That's a bit better from Hatton. He said he might have some problems early. He's watched a lot of videos of McGee. He said he really couldn't see that much, really, to lose sleep over. He might have to reassess that. Right hand was a good shot from Hatton. A more circumspect Ricky Hatton. More head movement from him there. But always the danger that he's going to be tagged by a right hand again. Would be a massive blow to this huge crowd here in Manchester, who have really got behind Hatton, who's cut. He's got a cut. There's blood around there. Trying to see how bad that is. That'll lift McGee as they work in close. A good uppercut on the inside from the Irishman.
See, Hatton doesn't really want to be in there. That's no good for him. You know, the heads come together. He can't get his work going properly.
Definitely a punch that caused the cut. That's the one we think did it, that little right hand there.
Good work from Hatton there.
That one definitely registered on the Richter scale, the body shot. It brought a kind of cynical smile from McGee. There's another one. He just came up for air a little, didn't he, after it landed, McGee. Oh, big body shot from Hatton that time. Bit by bit by bit, he's looking to knock the spirit and the fight and the defiance and the feistiness out of Eamon McGee. That's a right hand on the way in there. Hatton just getting caught. He hasn't been making that mistake so much in more recent times in the fight.
And he's getting through more and more. Hatton, McGee not having the one-punch success that he had in the first couple of rounds. There's a decent body shot from Hatton there, starting to work. And McGee on the ropes. Well, it's been an intriguing encounter, hasn't it?
They touch gloves and nod to each other. Always the mutual respect at the end, nearly always, between fighters.
McGee's getting the better of this last round. His punches are sharper.
Yep, he's more accurate, isn't he?
Hatton just standing off, as you said, a little more circumspect.
And he's almost in an adjacent postal district at times. Hatton in this last run, I don't know if he thinks he's got it in the bag. Oh, he just seemed to lose his orientation for a moment there. McGee again looking for the thunderbolt, the bolt from Belfast. Final bell, it goes to the judges. The two of them embrace at the end of it all. Well, they lift up McGee and he starts the celebration. This is, of course, part of the phony war, you see. Both of them claiming the win. I think McGee might have just nicked the last round, and maybe there's only a point in it in favour of Hatton.
For the winner, by unanimous decision, and still the WBU light welterweight champion of the world, Manchester's very own Ricky the Hitman Hatton.
Full respect to Eamon McGee. He was as hard a fight as, you know, I thought it was. He took the body shots well, he took the head shots well, he was spinning off the ropes, he was quite hard to nail, you know. I wasn't really impressed with myself. I think I was too overconfident and knocking Eamon out early, but I think this is the most beneficial fight for my career because I show, you know, Eamon's the counter-puncher, Eamon's the boxer, and I felt I outboxed him at times.
Billy the Preacher Graham has a very special relationship with Ricky. For over 7 years, they've worked extremely hard in the Phoenix Camp gym. From the very beginning, the renowned Manchester fight trainer realised he'd unearthed a major talent.
I knew from the first day. I told him the first day, and I told his father the first day, he's the best 17-year-old kid I've ever seen in my life.
And the two are closer than close. Billy's the only person Ricky trusts in the ring, and the first he wants to see to share his victories with.
I'm sure if Ricky thought there was somebody he could go with better for him, I think he would do, and I think he'd be right to, because he only got one shot at this. You know, we gel on that, and there's not a fighter in the world I'd rather train than Ricky Hatton.
Each time I go into training for a fight, I just get better and better. So then you go into the ring, you know, although there may be a bit of pressure on you, you're full of confidence because you know how well you've been feeling in the gym. You know, you're making progress still.
Billy trains his fighters differently. The body belt, first used at Manchester's famous Champs Camp gym, forms Ricky's favourite workout.
I've not seen anybody who moves better than him and who places his punches any better than he does. So I don't care whether you come from Mexico City, the best body puncher comes from Hyde, and that's it.
Ricky also whips his body into shape on the bar and the punch bag, while Billy plans the tactics.
Getting the hands up a touch quicker with the first kid. You got caught with a few of the wide hooks, you know what I mean? When you was working with Darren, you was slipping the straight shots, great.
Assistant trainer Bobby Rimmer and conditioner Kerry Kays are also vital members of the team, whose careful blend enable Ricky to perform an incredible 15 rounds on the body belt a week before each fight.
I'm feeling it now, but the pace won't drop. The pace will stay the same. I think I'll drop after the 15th, but the pace won't. I won't let it drop.
Let's see how Billy's doing just over here.
God, a lot better than me.
Billy, how are you feeling now?
Like I wish I was somewhere else.
Billy and Ricky just keep going and going and going.
Go, yes!
Only when the 15 rounds are done do Team Hatton know they're ready for anything.
I hate that Billy Graham. Absolutely hate him.
But he certainly needed Billy and the rest of Team Hatton for the challenge of American danger man Vince Phillips, the only fighter to have ever beaten Kostya Tszyu. A tough assignment for the Hitman.
Hatton 24, Phillips now 39. How effective is he now? We know he hits with the right hand. Hatton will have to be a bit cute as he tries to get in close with him. How will Phillips react when he feels those vicious body punches, if Hatton can get those off? Right hand was a good shot. Little cross from Phillips early there. Hatton, no reaction at all, took it well. There's the body shot. Oh, and Phillips just loses his balance and his head's shaken back. There was Hatton's first really serious attack. Hatton, all pressure. Again open to the right hand, so. Again open to the right hands.
He's getting caught a little bit in this opening round, Hatton.
But taking them okay, isn't he?
He's taking them all right, but you know, there's danger signals when he lets somebody like Phillips get through.
Hatton is always going to get hit a bit, and he's cut. He's cut Hatton by the right eye, and he's cut badly too. The old problem surfaces. Oh, as he turned round, he saw it. Hatton cut right eye. Work for Mick Williamson, the London cab driver working the corner, the ace catchman. Oh dear.
Well, I think that's the problem's come about because he's tried to get to him too early. You know, he left himself up the core with some decent shots on the way in, and that's forced the cut.
He looks really pumped up for this. He's taken a few in doing it, but he's determined here to just break Vince Phillips. Give me an American name, they've given him one. And I just wonder if he can force the stoppage here. Another left hook cracks him, and Phillips comes out again with another right hand, but he's breathing heavily, the American now.
Yeah, I think Phillips is cut as well on the right eye. It looks a bad one too, Ian.
This is a torrid battle we have on our hands here in Manchester. There's the head clash, I think, that might have caused the Phillips cut. Oh,
beautiful right uppercut.
Oh, what a shot. There's the world class of Vince Phillips. That's one from the memory bank.
And the right hand, another good shot. He's getting some good punches through.
And Hatton has to be careful. I think he's sucking it up a bit. One of those hurt him. He wanted to cover up for a moment, and he wants to lead on. He got him with one of those, Phillips. He definitely did. Cracking shots to body and head from Hatton, who sucked it all up, went through a little bad period, and back he comes to show some real quality.
Looking a bit weary now, Phillips.
Yes, he's moving with heavy legs, Vince Phillips, maybe significantly. Oh, what an uppercut, right from Hatton. And then a left hook to the body. These are world-class shots from Ricky Hatton, who does look the business. Big roar as another left hand goes in from the eager, hungry, ambitious Hatton. A young fighter on his way up. And the right hand and two body shots. What does Hatton have to do to force the stoppage here? Another right hand from Hatton. Oh, and again he staggers back, that he might be ready to go here, you know. Phillips, he might be. I say might because he has shown just fantastic durability. Oh, two rights and a left hand. Phillips goes wobbling again, but it doesn't take long for his head to clear every time. Big right hand.
Still looking to get the punches on, double up with the left hook.
I think Hatton's a bit underrated as a boxer, don't you, as well?
Well, he can do it if he wants to. I think the only mistakes he made early was he just come in trying a bit too hard.
It's all over. I think that's a terrific performance from Ricky Hatton. There's his mum and dad, Ray and Carol. Salute the bravery and courage of Vince Phillips, but I think tonight, if you didn't know already, you know now that Ricky Hatton deserves among the world elite at light welterweight.
Still undefeated and still champion, Ricky Hattons.
I think everybody knew that I'd beat some good names up to that point, but they really wanted me to see against a proven, hardened American. And obviously, with what Vince Phillips has achieved and done in boxing, with his victory over Kostya Tszyu, and for me to win that fight and never lose a round was obviously, I think people opened their eyes and looked at me in a different light after that fight.
Many of the thousands who follow the Hitman are football supporters, and Ricky is one of the biggest. Born with blue blood running through his veins, he's firmly nailed his colours to the